So regarding the documents, guys, the next topic, which is also very important, what to prepare. What to prepare, firstly, and very important, is of course, get your documents together. What are your documents? Basically, your documents are very simple and easy if you are employed. And if you are employed, like hopefully most of you are, it makes also a very, very wide range of bank possibilities because all the banks like employees. They like people who work with good rated companies, big companies who get their salary slips because it's easy for the bank to rate. It's easy to read. And this is the first thing, last three salary slips. If you get your salary throughout bonuses or throughout any other big payments, like for example, Apple company does, or Infineon company does, or also Siemens company does with their bonuses, 13th salary, 14th salary, T-Zug, A-Zug, B-Zug. So all of these extras, give us this information and prepare all of this extra payments because it is important. The bank does consider it, and sometimes even it can improve your interest rate. What also is very important, a lot of you guys have some residence status that is definitely not or non-German citizen. This is not a harm, this is not a problem because the permanent residency is equal the same compared to citizenship when it comes to interest rates. So no fear about that. But what makes a difference is as long you do hold a blue card or you are not capable of really fully speaking fluent German, because some banks do care whether you speak German or not. You need an interpreter or not. Some of the banks even can cancel the application even after it was approved when they realize that your notar contract, when you purchase, mentions that you need an interpreter. They are allowed to do this because this is a violation of some banks' rules. So it's very important to talk about that topic. And as long as you have blue card, it is not a no-go regarding the interest and the loan. It is not a red flag for the bank, but yet some banks have some higher requirements. And Eddie can talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, basically the blue card is not a showstopper in that sense, but it's definitely something to look after because it affects the way the banks want to see the equity, for example, being placed. It plays a role in there in terms of the loan to value ratio. So some banks, most of the banks, to be honest, want to see a higher tendency of equity being used for blue cards, but it doesn't stop the party in that sense. You're still able to get a loan perfectly well, and it's within reasonable parameters. We're talking up to 10% of equity used in that sense. So it should in most cases be possible, and we still have options because a lot of banks support blue cards, and it's getting more and more is what I see on the market.
Pradeep has an interesting question. I would like to follow this up straight ahead because we are in that topic in between.
Okay.
Thanks a lot for the for the question. I'll read it out loud for everyone. Pradeep is asking if we have PR and still notar mentions we need an interpreter. Still possible for the bank to cancel in the contract? Yes, some banks, not every bank. Like I said, some of the bank do not like it. Some, like I said, few banks do have the right. They have it written in their terms and conditions that if a new information is coming up that we were not aware of and the customer has not told us, e.g., non-understanding the German legal German contract without any interpretation, they are allowed to terminate the contract even after it was signed and after it was approved. And it did happen actually a couple of times, not with our institution, but I know from other customers approaching us in this emergency situation. We know from some banks they really did cancel.
Yeah, one more reason for us.
Yes, one more reason to firstly, of course, be honest and also select the bank precisely to also avoid the headache after that. And there are a lot of different options. So we have a lot of banks doing and handling blue card applications with same rates and wonderful conditions. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's not harm. It's not a harm.
Yes. And if the contract gets canceled, you will be blacklisted by that bank, of course, forever. Well, maybe not forever, but for a long time, because then you have the bad emoji sign going on there, Pradeep. So yeah, guys, this is about the documents to prepare, what is actually impacting your personal situation the most, beside of the normal documents. Like I said, salary slips, once again, the PR is very important for you to have a wider range of banks. So if you have the chance to get your PR applied, do this. Don't overstretch the time period. Just try to use it as a also additional thing that will maybe ease up some negotiation or your personal requirements regarding equity towards a potential loan. But if you fall in love with the property, we can still make it happen without any negative impacts. Next thing to prepare is, of course, your personal documents in etc., like existing loan and leasing contracts, because the bank wants to have the proof once they see it in the credit history, in the SCHUFA. So every leasing, every loan, everything that you pay per month that is considered as a 0% loan, leasing, Amazon payment, or whatever, is very important to prepare, to have it ready. Because when it comes, and the market is turbulent and crazy, when it comes to the decision and you find a property and then you have the need to react fast because the rates are hiking. For example, we got today the information that one bank, ING, you are pretty familiar with that name, it's that with the orange line, is hiking interest rates and adjusting them by tomorrow. So it's very important for you to react ASAP. And this is why the documents, your documents, should be ready and good to go and good and in full set of competition.